Big business doesn't want you to hear this. Last year alone, Americans spent over $9.6 billion on supplements for their eyes and brain. That's not a typo. 9.6 billion. And what do most seniors get in return? A few vague promises on a label, and a cabinet full of expensive capsules that rarely deliver. Here's the truth. The worse your eyesight gets, the more your memory slips, the richer these companies become. They're not selling you solutions. They're selling your fears back to you in fancy bottles. Now, let me say this up front. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here to tell you something they won't. I'm Dr. James Porter, and after over 30 years working with thousands of older adults, I've come to believe one thing above all else. Your brain and your eyes are not broken. They're undernourished. And the answer isn't locked inside a lab. It's sitting quietly in your grocery store, hiding in plain sight. I'm talking about 4 everyday fruits. No hype. No miracle claims. Just real, natural foods that can help your brain and your vision recover overnight, especially while you sleep. If this is your first time here, I make videos like this every week to help people like you cut through the noise and finally take your health into your own hands. If that sounds like something you care about, consider subscribing. In this video, I'll show you which fruits work best, why they work, and how to use them the smart way, not just once, but as a routine that actually sticks. Let's get into it. Let's talk about mango. Not as a tropical snack, but as a precision tool for aging eyes and tired brains. Because once you understand what this fruit actually does inside your body, it stops being dessert and starts being neuronutrition. Mango is loaded with beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A. This is not optional fuel. It's critical for maintaining the surface of the eye, supporting tear production, and protecting photoreceptor cells in the retina. These are the cells that detect light and send visual signals to the brain. Without enough vitamin A, these cells weaken. You start noticing glare, trouble adjusting to indoor lighting, and that irritating blur around small text. A 2018 study in Clinical Interventions in Aging confirmed that low vitamin A status is directly linked to night blindness and faster retinal decline in older adults. But that's just the beginning. Mango also contains zeaxanthin, a pigment that accumulates in the macula, the part of your retina responsible for sharp central vision. Zeaxanthin protects the eye from blue light damage and oxidative stress, both of which accelerate degeneration. Think of it as built-in sunblock for your retina. Now let's move from eyes to brain. Mango provides natural glucose, which your brain uses as fuel. But unlike processed sugar, mango's glucose is absorbed more gradually, thanks to its fiber and vitamin B6 content. That's important, because vitamin B6 is needed to produce dopamine and serotonin, the chemicals that regulate mood, alertness, and memory. In 2014, researchers publishing in the journal Appetite studied older adults who consumed mango pulp regularly. Within 4 weeks, participants showed significant improvements in short-term memory and reaction speed. The improvement was attributed to the fruit's polyphenols, antioxidants, and vitamin B6, all of which support neurotransmitter function and cerebral blood flow. And you can feel the change. Linda, 68, came into my office exhausted and foggy. Her vision was blurry by noon, and she'd stopped reading entirely. We added half a mango to her evening routine, not lunch, not breakfast, but before bed. Within 3 weeks, she said, "I wake up plugged in, my eyes don't sting. I'm reading again." That's the power of smart timing. To get the most out of mango, eat half a ripe one about 2 hours before bedtime. Let it follow a light dinner, not a heavy or greasy meal. Pairing it with a bit of protein like plain yogurt or a few almonds helps your body absorb the fat-soluble nutrients more efficiently. Look for mangoes with vibrant orange flesh and a sweet scent at the top. If the skin gives slightly under your thumb, it's ready. This is not just fruit. It's fuel for the systems that fade silently after 60. Your retina, your focus, your drive. Used right, mango helps your brain fire cleaner and your eyes recover faster. Next, we'll look at a green fruit that rewires your sleep from the inside out and sets your brain up for clarity before sunrise. Kiwi is not flashy. It's not exotic, but it may be one of the most underrated tools for repairing the aging brain and supporting tired eyes, especially overnight. Let's break it down. Kiwi is a powerhouse of lutein and zeaxanthin, two carotenoids that accumulate in the macula, the central part of the retina that handles sharp vision. As we age, the macula begins to thin and fade. That's when faces get blurry, street signs become harder to read, and small print feels impossible. But lutein and zeaxanthin act like internal filters. They absorb blue light, calm oxidative stress, and reinforce the structure of the retina. This slows the breakdown and supports recovery. In 2013, a study in the journal Nutrients found that older adults with higher intake of these carotenoids showed significantly better visual performance and reduced sensitivity to glare. More importantly, they also performed better on cognitive tasks, especially attention and verbal learning. That's because these compounds don't just stay in the eyes, they reach the brain. But Kiwi has a second edge. It supports sleep naturally. Unlike synthetic melatonin pills or sedatives, Kiwi helps the body restore its own rhythm. It contains high levels of serotonin precursors like tryptophan and vitamin C, which your brain uses to regulate the sleep-wake cycle and stabilize mood. The result is not sedation, but balance. In 2011, researchers at Taipei Medical University conducted a 4-week trial. Adults who ate 2 kiwis 1 hour before bed fell asleep 35% faster, slept more deeply, and woke up with improved alertness. The study, published in Asia-Pacific Journal of Clinical Nutrition, emphasized kiwi's ability to increase nighttime serotonin availability without side effects. Why does this matter? Because sleep is not just about rest, it's about repair. While you sleep, your brain clears out metabolic waste through the glymphatic system, a detox pathway that only activates during deep sleep. If this system is disrupted, waste builds up. You wake up groggy, focus becomes harder, your short-term memory begins to lag. By supporting serotonin and enhancing sleep quality, Kiwi activates your brain's internal cleaning crew, giving neurons space to recover, rewire, and rebuild. And the benefits continue at the cellular level. Kiwi is packed with vitamin C, a potent antioxidant that lowers systemic inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation, also called inflammaging, is one of the biggest drivers of macular degeneration and cognitive decline in seniors. Reducing this inflammation creates the conditions for recovery, not just resistance. To use Kiwi the right way, eat 1 to 2 ripe fruits about 1 hour before bed. Choose kiwis that give slightly to the touch and have a vibrant green color inside. And yes, you can eat the skin. It's rich in fiber and antioxidants. Just wash it well. This isn't about trends or superfood hype. It's about restoring a fundamental system that most seniors don't even realize is broken. When you eat kiwi at night, you're not just feeding your eyes. You're calming your brain, supporting sleep, and giving your body a chance to repair while you rest. Next, we'll move to a fruit that works in silence, reducing inflammation, easing digestion, and clearing the path for sharper mornings. Papaya doesn't stimulate. It doesn't sedate. But it does something far more important. It clears the way. If mango fuels the brain and kiwi resets the rhythm, then papaya is the one that gently unblocks the channels. And for seniors struggling with morning grogginess, dry eyes, or mental sluggishness, that clarity makes all the difference. Here's why it works. Papaya is rich in an enzyme called papain, a natural compound that improves digestion and lowers systemic inflammation. As we age, digestion weakens, proteins are left partially broken down, and when that happens, immune cells respond like there's an intruder. The result is low-grade, constant inflammation, what scientists now call inflammaging. This kind of inflammation is silent, but it attacks the body from the inside out. In the eyes, it weakens blood vessels, reduces oxygen delivery to the retina, and accelerates macular degeneration. In the brain, it impairs communication between neurons, disrupts neurotransmitter balance, and dulls memory retrieval. A 2013 paper in Mediators of Inflammation found that papain and related compounds from papaya significantly reduced oxidative stress markers and improved endothelial function in older adults. Better endothelial function means better blood flow, especially to the retina and cerebral cortex. Papaya is also high in vitamin C, which strengthens collagen structures in the eye, including the cornea and optic nerve. Without it, tissues become fragile and visual decline accelerates. Combined with the anti-inflammatory effect of papain, this creates an ideal environment for healing while you sleep. But papaya's influence goes deeper into the glymphatic system, the brain's detox network that clears waste during deep sleep. Chronic inflammation clogs this system, and when waste builds up, your brain feels cloudy, your thoughts slow, and even after 8 hours of rest, you wake up tired. Papaya helps lower that background inflammation, allowing the glymphatic system to do its job. Clean, restore, and reset your mind. Let me give you a real-world example. Walter, 73, wasn't sick. But every morning, he told me the same thing. I wake up like someone poured sand in my brain. Takes hours before I feel present. We didn't change his meds. We just added 3 thin slices of ripe papaya to his evening routine 1 hour before bed. After 2 weeks, he said this: "My head clears faster. I'm reading again in the morning, not just staring at the page." That's not coincidence. That's inflammation letting go. To use papaya effectively, choose ripe fruit, orange flesh, fragrant smell, slightly soft to the touch. Cut a few slices and eat them alone, without heavy starches or sugary snacks. Timing matters. Eat it about 90 minutes before bed. Let your body absorb it without interference. No need to overdo it. This isn't a cleanse, it's nourishment. Papaya works quietly, but consistently. It doesn't promise instant energy or a jolt of focus. Instead, it offers something better, calm clarity that builds night by night. In the next section, we'll look at a small fruit with big effects, one that strengthens memory, increases blood flow to the brain, and protects your vision at the root. If there's one fruit that deserves more respect in the world of brain and eye health, it's the blueberry. Not because it's trendy, but because it's one of the most researched, reliable sources of neurological and retinal support we have access to. Blueberries are rich in anthocyanins, the plant pigments that give them their deep blue color. But these compounds are more than just decoration. Inside your body, anthocyanins act as potent antioxidants and circulation enhancers, especially in areas with dense microvessels like the retina and the hippocampus. The retina is where visual data is collected. The hippocampus is where memory is processed, stored, and retrieved. Both are highly sensitive to oxidative stress and poor blood flow, 2 conditions that worsen dramatically with age. A 2012 study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that older adults who consumed wild blueberry juice daily for 12 weeks showed measurable improvements in memory, performance, and reduced symptoms of depression. Functional brain imaging revealed increased activity in the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for attention, planning, and decision-making. This means the changes weren't just subjective. They were visible on brain scans directly linked to blueberry intake. But the benefits don't stop at the brain. In 2015, researchers in South Korea conducted a clinical study on older adults with declining vision. Participants were given daily blueberry extract supplements for 12 weeks. The results, published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging, showed significant improvement in contrast sensitivity and retinal recovery, especially in patients suffering from early-stage macular degeneration. Translation: blueberries help participants see better in low light, detect fine details more easily, and recover faster from glare. All without surgery, injections, or pharmaceutical intervention. So how does it work? Anthocyanins boost nitric oxide availability in blood vessels, causing them to relax and allow more blood flow. This improves the delivery of oxygen and nutrients to both brain and eye tissues, 2 systems that rely on high metabolic activity to function at their best. In the brain, better circulation means faster neuron firing, stronger memory recall, and sharper focus. In the eyes, it means clearer vision, especially in dim conditions where aging eyes typically struggle most. And there's one more layer. Blueberries have been shown to reduce inflammation in the glymphatic system, the brain's overnight cleaning network. By calming inflammation in this system, anthocyanins help your brain flush out waste more efficiently during deep sleep. That's one reason why eating blueberries at night, not just in the morning, can have a bigger impact on clarity the next day. To get the most out of blueberries, go for wild varieties if you can. They're higher in anthocyanins. Fresh or frozen makes no difference. What matters is consistency. Eat half a cup in the evening, about 1 to 2 hours before bed. On their own is fine, but pairing with a spoonful of plain yogurt or a few walnuts helps your body absorb more of the antioxidants. Skip the sugary desserts or starchy add-ons. You're not snacking, you're restoring blood flow, focus, and mental clarity with one small fruit that's far more powerful than it looks. Next, I'll show you how to turn everything we've covered into one simple, proven nighttime routine. Now that you know the power behind each fruit, let's keep this simple. The key to results is not complexity, it's consistency. About 1 to 2 hours before bed, pick any 2 of the 4 fruits we've talked about: mango, kiwi, papaya, or blueberries. That's it. No formulas, no complicated schedules. Just choose 2 you have on hand. One night could be half a ripe mango and a few slices of papaya. Another night, maybe it's a cup of blueberries and 1 kiwi. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to show up. This isn't dessert, it's fuel, so treat it that way. Keep the portions light. This is not a second dinner. It's a recovery ritual, a way to give your eyes and brain what they need to rebuild overnight. If you want to eat all 4 fruits in one night, you can, but keep it small. A fruit bowl with thin slices and a few spoonfuls of each is enough. And remember, don't drown them in sugar. No syrup, no sweetened yogurt, no processed snacks on the side. If you need something creamy, choose plain Greek yogurt or a handful of raw nuts. These provide healthy fats that actually help your body absorb the antioxidants better. And don't forget hydration. Drink a glass of water afterward. It helps circulation, digestion, and supports your brain's natural detox process during sleep. What matters most is the rhythm. Give your body the same support night after night, and it will begin to respond. You may start to notice clearer thoughts in the morning, less eye strain by evening. You may feel like your brain is waking up faster, and that you're just a little more you again. Healing doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it comes quietly through small, simple choices made at the right time. So keep it simple, stay consistent, and give your body the tools it's been missing all along. In the next part, I'll share one final message, something I want every senior to hear loud and clear, because this isn't just about fruit, it's about hope. And what happens when you stop waiting for things to get worse and start choosing to get better? If your eyes have been feeling weaker lately, if your memory slips more than it used to, if your thoughts sometimes feel slow, scattered, or foggy, let me tell you something important. You are not broken. You're not fading. You're not falling apart. What you're feeling is your body calling for help, and you finally have a way to answer that call. Your brain and your eyes are still working for you. Even in your 60 seconds, 70 seconds, or 80 seconds, they are trying every day to adapt, repair, and protect you. They just need the right fuel. And it doesn't get more real than this. These fruits, they're not magic, but they are powerful. Because when used consistently, they give your body the raw materials it needs to recover naturally, silently, and steadily. Here's how simple it can be. Monday night, blueberries and kiwi. Tuesday, mango and papaya. Wednesday, kiwi and papaya. Thursday, blueberries and mango. Friday, pick any 2 you enjoy. Saturday, a small bowl with all 4. Sunday, keep it light, papaya and water. That's your blueprint. Nothing complicated, no rules to memorize. Just a quiet rhythm that helps you move from foggy to focused, from tired to clear, one night at a time. You don't have to do everything. You just have to begin. And if you've made it all the way to the end of this video, I want to say thank you. That tells me one thing. you're ready. Ready to stop chasing promises and start choosing progress. If this video helped you, even in a small way, please tap the like button so more people can find it. Share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Subscribe if you haven't already. I make videos like this every week, always grounded in truth, always for people like you. And leave a comment below. What fruit will you start with tonight? I'd love to know. Until next time, I'm Dr. James Porter. Take care of your eyes. Take care of your mind. And never stop taking small steps forward because they always add up.